start, let's close all additional social media tabs and emails and chats so that we can focus and good time tonight. Great, so please be active, answer the questions when I ask you in the chat. In the end, we will have a Q&A session and you will be able to ask your questions, also talking, unmuting yourself if you like. And yeah, so let's start and see what we talked about last Monday. We talked about how to get ready for a relationship. Of course, there are many ways you can do that, but we focused on feeling good as your first priority. We talked a little bit about the law of attraction. In order to attract what you want in your life, you need to take care of your emotions and vibration. So your intention to feel good no matter what is very important for this task. And one of the things that causes unpleasant feelings are our thoughts. That's why we spoke how to choose better feeling thoughts. And I recommended you a book of Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given, with many nice games and ways to choose better thoughts. We'll talk about the homework in a second, and I will be happy if you share who did their homework. Then we spoke about taking some action to change what you don't like about your life, change the perspective of it, focus on the positive things, and also take some action if you want to change probably your job or your environment or your friend circle and so on. And one of the most important topics was how to make peace and learn from your past. And here we mean your past relationships. So let's move to the homework. I suggested that you watch the videos from our previous events on self-love and on self-love and unconditional love. You can still watch them. They're available at my website, Rare Relationships, in the video blog section. I suggested that you list all positive aspects of your previous relationships and list the lessons that you learned from them. I shared the lessons that I learned from my previous relationships. You can read them in the presentation from last Monday. It is in the folder on Google Drive. You can see here the link to this folder below the book of Abraham Hicks. I have put all the presentations there and several books. So we'll share this link. It's already in the chat shared, and I will share it tomorrow on the wall of the Internations event. So who would like to share what homework did you do and how was that beneficial for you? I will make sure to edit the recording so nobody will be on the final recording. I will cut all sharing, so don't worry guys. If you would like to share, please tell me about the homework. Who did something from the homework? Unmute yourself and just share, please. Talk about your relationship vision, which is getting clear about what you want. We will talk about your relationship values, which is why you want what you want. We will discuss your limiting beliefs, and they will help you realize why you don't have what you want. We will talk about your must-haves and your deal breakers in a relationship, so that you can navigate the dating process easier. We will discuss how to get to know more potential partners through the different dating channels. We'll talk about online dating and how to create a good online dating profile. Then we'll have a Q&A session. I will ask you to write down your questions during the presentation and ask them at the Q&A session. You can do this either in the chat by starting with capital Q or by raising hand, which is at the participants list, you can raise hand or just unmute yourself and ask the question when I invite you to. And then in the end, we will do breakout rooms. Carolina will help us to have like 10 minutes, 4 people in each room, and do it probably 3 times so that we can meet with several people, and I will suggest what you share in the rooms. Great. Are you ready? Just a little bit about myself. I know that some of you know me already, but for those of you who haven't seen me before, I am Eva Kuleva. I live in Sofia, Bulgaria, and my formal education is Master's of Management and Business Administration. Jim thinks that it's important that I share this because he thinks my specific type of presenting is connected, and my assertiveness is connected to my MBA. I don't know, maybe so. After that, I was in marketing and advertising for about 10 years. And then I fell in love with coaching and started helping people enjoy the life they create, and also create loving relationships as love coach and matchmaker. So the vision board that you saw in the beginning is one of my vision boards that I made few years ago. And I will suggest that you make such a vision board for your life and relationship. The cruise already happened. I went on a cruise with my sister and her kids a few years ago. Then I would like to write a few books. One of them probably will be called I Love Dating. I really enjoy the dating process, and I will be very happy if I can help you to enjoy it and have great results. It's all about traveling and experiences and skiing. And yeah, it's good when you are clear and when you can visualize what you want in your life. So let's move on and start with the relationship vision. So this will be your first homework, and I invite you to write down what relationship you want. Describe it in details, and especially how you feel. Write where you live, write what you do with your partner, if you want to have children, how many, how old are they. Describe everything in present times as if it is already happening. Like, we live in a beautiful house by the sea or by the forest. We have a 2-year-old son, and we walk along the beach and cook dinner together and so on. So try to imagine the life that you want in your relationship as vividly as you can and describe it in details. Make sure that you write only things that you want. For example, don't write, my partner is never late for dinner. Just write, my partner is home for dinner and we have dinner together as family, and so on. And when you describe it, I suggest that you make a collage or a vision board like the one I have shown here. Just find pictures on the internet that represent what you have described and make the collage. You can use Picasso or another app and put your collage maybe on the desktop of your laptop or on your phone, or print it in colors and put it somewhere where you can see it on your fridge. It is a very good technique, so subconsciously, to attract what you want about your relationship. If you have questions, please ask them in the Q&A in the end. I have a lot of things that I want to cover with you today, so we will not be able to go into depth with all the points. But I believe it's good for you to realize what an effective dating strategy encompasses, and if you want to dedicate time on your own and work on this. If you need support, of course, I will always be there to support you. So as for your relationship values, what are our values? These are non-material things that we want to have, that we treasure and to want to have in our life, experiences and feelings mostly. Like most people say they want respect, they want trust, support, monogamy, work-life balance. And when you list your relationship values, you can also find a list on the web with just a long list with relationship values and circle the ones that correspond mostly to what you like. Make sure to enlist also your top love languages. We spoke about the love languages in the summer. They are receiving gifts, spending quality time with your partner, physical touch, acts of service, and words of affirmation. So realize what is most important for you and also list it as your relationship value. And after you identify your relationship values, also include them in the description of your relationship vision. Here I will give you some of my relationship values. One is radical honesty. For me, it's very important that we are very open and share everything, no matter what it is. We spend quality time together. This is my top love language, like traveling, playing games, sharing food and movies, watching movies. Intimacy, not only physical touch, but also sharing emotions, dreams, fears. Healthy living is important for me too, like healthy food, doing sports, spending time in nature. Also, planning and spontaneity are equally important for me. So I would like to have a healthy balance between planning and spontaneity. Fun and adventure, of course, freedom and growth. Freedom to be myself, to do what I love, and growth. If a relationship is not growing, sooner or later, it's getting stuck and people get bored and they start to grow apart. So you can think about your previous relationships and figure what you had and what you want from them in your next relationship. Like if you did your homework, sharing, listing all the positive aspects of your relationships, you can just include them in your vision so that you have what you used to have in your new relationship. So let's do an exercise together. Why don't you have the relationship you want? Please answer in the chat. Why do you think that you don't have the relationship you want? Let's see. I will read your answers aloud. Will somebody be brave enough to share? There just aren't many people that would match. Okay, I don't want to lower my standard.
I have a question here by private. Someone told that too critical of others, never good enough.
Yes, we are going to talk about this. Thank you. Not tried hard enough. Okay, that's great that you are taking responsibility for this. Haven't met the right person yet. Yes, the question is, why haven't you? Why do you think that you haven't met the right person yet? I always think about others before myself, right? This is what we talked about at the self-love events, that you should learn to take care of your needs first. Expectations, not dedicated enough time. Great, don't have a clear vision. Beautiful. So you can start with your relationship vision right after the event. Is there a right person? Yes, of course, the right person is not only one, and I wouldn't call them a right person. There are many compatible partners for us. I'm gonna tell you something more also about the soulmate or right person in a minute. Convenience over quality. I have no idea what you mean. Attract unavailable partners. Okay, great. These are some great answers. Let me share again. Okay. Most of the answers that we give to these questions, why don't I have what I want? Some of you were really honest to share that you didn't put enough effort. But most of the things that we say, there are not enough single people in my area, or there's no true love, these are just limiting beliefs. These are thoughts that we have repeated so many times that we start to believe in them, and we think that these are facts and reality. So now we are going to learn how to reframe those limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. I will give you some examples. Some of the common limiting beliefs that my client, the personal clients that I work with have are, I'm not enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not wealthy enough. This is one limiting belief. Of course, many people think that can't date now because of COVID. This is another limiting belief, because so many people start relationships exactly now. So if other people can, you can too. All good partners are already taken. This is also a very widely spread belief. True love does not exist. And many, many more false statements and thoughts that we repeat to ourselves, and maybe we have heard from our parents, or we read in a book, or we saw in a movie, or some of our friends told us something and we chose to believe it. And this is how you can reframe, after you list all the reasons why you think you don't have the relationship you want, or why you haven't met the right person yet, how you can reframe them. For example, I'm not good enough. The empowering belief is, I'm enough and I deserve to be loved exactly as I am right now, because every single human being deserves to be loved. No matter what your parents told you, what you believe about yourself, you deserve to be loved. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to put any efforts. Just the way you are perfectly lovable. I can't date because of COVID. Now is the best time for online dating. And I'm not kidding. Right now, especially because of this situation, all the people that are serious about finding a relationship, they are online now. And because we cannot rush into personal dates, we take more time to get to know each other. And this makes the dating process much better, because we speak on the phone, we do video dates, and we take our time to know each other. All good partners are already taken. Of course, this is not true. You need only one partner, and there are many good single men or women. So limiting beliefs are one of the main reasons we are single. It's not very easy to catch your own limiting beliefs, but you can try with this exercise and see how you will do. So your third homework will be to list all the reasons that you think prevent you from creating the relationship you want, and afterwards sort them into two groups. Some of them are just limiting beliefs. You try to reframe them, or maybe you're lacking some skills and knowledge, or maybe you're not putting any effort, you're not allocating any time, as some of you already mentioned. And if, for example, you believe that you don't know how to create a loving relationship because maybe your parents had a dysfunctional relationship, maybe you don't know anybody around you having a loving relationship, but there is a way for you to acquire those skills. Maybe you can enroll courses, you can read books, you can hire a coach. There's always something to be done to get the necessary skills and knowledge. Great. In the end, I will list all the homeworks so that you remember what you can do if you want to. Let's see, what is a deal breaker in dating and in a relationship? A deal breaker is something that you are not willing and ready to compromise with. Or if you decide to compromise, it will ruin the relationship sooner or later, or you will be unhappy in this relationship. And the deal breakers are different for everybody. They're not like universal deal breakers. So that's why I suggest that you take the time and think, what are the must-haves and the deal breakers that you want to have in your relationship. Let's see. Please share in the chat what are some of the things that you must have or that you cannot compromise with in your relationship. Let's see some of your must-haves and deal breakers. Yes, I suggest that you don't distract yourself by chatting during the presentation. Grumpy Souls, non-smoker. Yes, smoking is also a deal breaker for me, but for some people, smoking is absolutely acceptable. Good communication. Okay. He has children. Why is this a deal breaker? If I was coaching you, I would ask you, why is this a deal breaker? Must like animals. Okay. No drugs. Okay. Honesty, communication, sense of humor. Oh, this sense of humor is the biggest cliche I have ever heard. Intelligence, physically attractive to me. Great. Okay. Cultural background, negative mindset. Great. Oh, this makes me laugh again. Adventurous, outgoing. Okay. Some of these, I agree with you. Some of them are really, really important. Some of them maybe are not deal breakers. So let's continue. Some of the must-haves I have listed here, again, they are just an example so that you get the idea. Many people forget to write down with their criteria that single is one of the must-haves. So single and physically and emotionally available. If I were you, I wouldn't consider dating people who are just separated or in the middle of a divorce or still living with their ex or still talking about their ex on a first date and so on. So they need to be single and available. Wants or doesn't want kids? Yes, depending on your situation. If you really, really want kids and somebody doesn't want kids, this would be a deal breaker for you, and vice versa. Health issues might also be a deal breaker, depends on the health issues. Of course, I'm talking about some significant issues. And it's very important to have compatible values around finances, spending time together, extended family, meaning parents, siblings, cousins, and so on, raising kids, religion, life goals, and house chores. What do I mean by life goals? For example, if you want to start a business now and this is your priority and it's not a family, but somebody else wants to have a family now, maybe you don't have the same timeline. House chores, somewhere along the line, it's good to discuss if you want to share them, if you want to hire help, or you want to be a stay-at-home mom and your partner should be taking care of the finances. So it's good to have clarity about these things during the dating period. Integrity is another must-have for some people, like actions and words should match. Communication, as you mentioned, without effective and open communication, I don't believe there could be a sustainable, healthy, long-term relationship. So communication is key. Consistency, of course. If some people are in contact with you very actively, but then they disappear, or they are inconsistent in some way, this is probably a red flag. Let's discuss some deal breakers. Must-haves and deal breakers are actually the same thing, just the must-haves are stated positively and the deal breakers are stated negatively, so it's the same thing. As you said, substance abuse like drugs or alcohol, or for some people even smoking, is a deal breaker. Unemployment may be a deal breaker if they cancel plans at the last minute, if they don't take care of themselves, like somebody mentioned, always taking care of other people. This is a big red flag for me. Anger issues, geographically undesirable. For example, they live the other side of the world and you don't want to relocate, or they don't want to relocate. Bad personal hygiene or no chemistry. These can all be deal breakers. So it's very important that you don't look for your clone. You don't look for someone that is exactly like you, but you look for someone that you will work well together in a team. This is major. Many of my clients want to find a partner who is exactly like them, the same values, the same interests, the same. First of all, this is not possible. Second of all, if you do find this person, you will be dead bored, I promise you. So don't think that somebody who is exactly like you is the best partner for you. And it's very important to find the right balance between similarities and differences. Why? Because similarities create comfort, understanding, and connection. It gives you safety and security. And differences, they create chemistry, passion, and growth. So you can figure for yourself what is more important for you, to have comfort or chemistry, to have connection or passion, to have understanding or growth. But sometimes these are conflicting goals and you cannot have all of them at the same time. So be very aware if you're looking only for similarities or for differences, and what would be the best balance for you. And this is your fourth homework, to list your must-haves and deal breakers. What you absolutely need in your relationship and what you are not ready to accept or compromise with in a relationship, and why. It is very important to ask yourself the question why, because some people are in one of the two extremes. They either have no criteria, no must-haves and no deal breakers. For them, chemistry is enough. And then sooner or later, they realize that chemistry is not enough and they need to have some standards. And the other extreme, people have so ridiculous deal breakers that nobody can meet them. And this is a sign of fear of intimacy. If we have too long list with deal breakers, this means that we are not really ready for a relationship. So ask yourself why you're not ready to accept somebody with children. Why is that? Maybe because of fear, but you might have a good reason, but I'm not sure about that. Great. And as for the right person and soulmates, I believe that people are not born soulmates. They choose each other and grow into soulmates. Like if you decide to share your life with somebody because you find enough things that you appreciate about them, you will find a way to work about your differences. You will find a way to solve conflicts. Maybe, of course, it's very important to see if you can communicate and solve conflicts. But if you believe that you will meet somebody and you will immediately recognize them as your soulmate, this is an illusion from the movies. All people have differences, different backgrounds, different upbringing, different values. So if you want to grow into soulmates, it will take communication, it will take common effort to create this feeling. Great. Let's see what are the three main big dating channels. How can you meet potential partners to date? Of course, the biggest one right now is online dating, which includes dating websites and dating phone applications, also social media. The second channel is in real life, everywhere where you are, like on the job, while practicing your hobbies, in organizations, practically anywhere and everywhere, in the street, in the supermarket, in the church, at the gas stations, everywhere. And of course, the third channel is via introduction, like friends of friends or family via matchmaker, or maybe some of your neighbors can introduce you. Just share that you are single and what person you would like to meet, and some people will be more than happy to introduce you. Let's talk about online dating. I know that you have many questions, many fears, many frustrating experiences. Next Monday, we are going to get really practical. I will give you some guidelines how to navigate the dating process. Now we are just building the main building blocks about your dating strategy. So the one website that I recommend, in my opinion, this is the best and free international dating website. It's OkCupid. The app that I recommend is Facebook Dating. It is not on in all the countries around the world yet. In Bulgaria, it is just few weeks since it was introduced. Be aware that you cannot find the Facebook Dating on your computer. You can find it only on your phone. So look for it if you're not using it. And social media, of course, you can use international singles groups and singles events. You can use even LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn, of course, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Let's see how to create an online dating profile that will give you good results. First of all, make sure that you are 100% honest and authentic. If you're hiding behind false names, false pictures, if you lie about your age, about your height, don't even waste your time with online dating. As for photos, at least 3 photos, better 4 or 5, close up and full body. Make sure people can see your eyes, your face, your body, some of the hobbies that you practice. Maybe you can throw in a funny picture there. It's a great conversation starter. If you don't have nice photos, ask a friend of yours to make a photo session of you, or invest in a professional photo session. This is very, very important. In your profile, share about your passions and share about what you want. Share experiences, real life experiences that reflect your values. Don't list your values. I value trust, support, understanding, blah, blah. This is so boring. Show it. Share an experience that reflects your values. And please avoid cliches and lists. Avoid a love to love, sense of humor, good food, nature, traveling, and friends. Who doesn't love to laugh? Who doesn't enjoy good food? Who doesn't enjoy spending time with friends? This is useless to put it in your profile. State what is unique, what makes you you. Maybe it's a bit quirky. Maybe you feel a little bit embarrassed about some things, but do state it there. This would be the best way to sift the right potential partners for you. And this will be your next homework, to create a really good, honest, full online profile with good photos and pictures. And I will be happy to discuss and give you feedback on your dating profile. Great. So let's sum up what we talked about your dating strategy. To get clear about what you want, to write down your relationship vision, and also make a collage with pictures so you can feel it. You can feel it with your senses in your body and experience the emotions that you are already in this relationship. Why you want this relationship? This will be your relationship values. And also, I forgot to mention, many people, when I ask them, why do you want a partner or a relationship or a family or children? They're so surprised with this question. They take it for granted that everybody is supposed to want this. So some of them want it because their parents expect grandchildren, or because society expects you to become a mother. but this is not the right motivation to want that. Ask yourself, what is your real motivation behind? And if it is out of fear, not to be lonely or to save you from your financial challenges or something, you need to work on your motivation and to create the life right now. So also something that I would like to add about the relationship values. When you list all 10 or even more relationship values, ask yourself, are you living them right now? If you want trust in your relationship, do you trust yourself? Do you trust people now? Or you think that everybody is lying to you? And all the other values, ask yourself, are you living them now? Because this is how you're going to attract what you want. Then we discussed about your limiting beliefs, how to figure out what is stopping you from having what you want, and how to reframe them. How to recruit potential partners to meet through the different dating channels, online, in real life, and via introductions. How to sift and sort potential partners by having a clear vision of your must-haves and deal breakers. We'll discuss next Monday the must-haves and deal breakers before first date are certain. Then before starting exclusive relationship, the deal breakers may be different, and before starting a committed relationship, they can be even different. So we are going to speak about these different phases in the relationship, and where to start by creating a really full, honest, clear, authentic online dating profile. Great. Some more resources in the same folder on Google Drive where I put all the presentations and the books. I have put also the Roy Bianca Lana book, so you don't need to order those books. They are there as PDF versions for you to take for free. If you have read already the Relationship Bootcamp of Roy Bianca Lana, you will find 2 other books on the in the Google Drive folder, Dating Bootcamp. Here is the link for the folder. I will share it again on the wall of the Internations event tomorrow. You can find many videos, articles, and interesting, helpful material on my Facebook page. Again, Rare Life Coaching and Matchmaking. Do like the page and enjoy the content there. So let's sum up the homework again. Write down and illustrate your relationship vision, list your relationship values, your limiting beliefs, reframe them, identify the skills that maybe you need to feel more confident, write your must-haves and deal breakers, create an online dating profile, and start reading the book Relationship Bootcamp and doing the exercises there. Probably you will need support with these tasks. You can find support, of course. I will be happy to support you. Maybe you can speak to some of your friends and share your homework with them and discuss it with them. Just dedicate some time to get clarity and create your dating strategy. What's next? Next Monday will be Dating Bootcamp number 3. I forgot to thank you, all of you tonight, that you have joined the event, and all the 4 amazing hosts, Carolina, Jim, Nadia, and Mike. Thank you guys for helping us do this dating bootcamp and support people in these difficult times. So next Monday will be the Frankfurt event, how to have fun dating until you meet the one. We will get really practical. We'll discuss the challenges that you have. I will give you some guidelines, really practical, how you can navigate the dating game. I call it game, not because you're gonna play games, but because this is your game, you write the rules and you can really enjoy it. Just a few words about the personal coaching programs that I can help you with. How to create a life that you love, no matter if you have a partner or not. if you feel stuck or if you are unhappy with your life for any reason, if you feel that you need change but you don't know where to start, I would be really happy to help you get clarity and make a plan. How to attract the love of your life. This is a coaching program for singles, no matter what happened in the past. And we are covering with this 3-event dating bootcamp, we are covering this program. Get ready for a relationship, create a dating strategy, put the strategy into practice, improve it, fine tune it, and then start active dating. We will see how exactly next Monday. And the next level is how to co-create a loving relationship when you already have a partner. What are some of the relationship skills that you need? Because if you believe that when you attract the partner and start a relationship, it's over, this is exactly where the journey starts. So this is a whole new level, and maybe we can create another sequence of events to talk about these relationship skills. Okay, and if you would like to explore the opportunity of working with me one-on-one, I would be happy if you book a complimentary strategic video call at book session with Eva Kuleva as me. It's free. You will find some questions there, what you would like to work on. You will find also some information about the coaching process, and I will be happy to have a video call with you and discuss how I can support you. Great. We come to the questions and answers section. You are also feel free to follow me on Facebook or add me in Internations or on LinkedIn. And as Carolina was so kind to suggest, you can also make a donation if you find these presentations helpful at PayPal me Eva Kuleva. Or if you would like the recording, Carolina will be happy also to give it to you for a donation. So now I will stop sharing so that I can see your questions. Please ask your questions